Hey, what's up, everybody? It's another Mix It Up podcast. I'm your host, Joel Hawkins, and of course, I'm here with my buddy,
H. Jones.
And today we're going to be doing a rock song. Well, I don't know what to call them. I know like everybody has their own specific, like, you know, genre and subgenre and all that. But like System of a Down is just its own thing. I mean, we've done a couple of these songs, which you haven't heard a lot of them. But this next one you're going to be listening to, I will say like they are very good at that, putting something psychotic right next to something supremely earworming catchy. So there's been enough distance that he doesn't remember the last video we did with him. I think it was Aerials, but...
Yeah, I remember the picture.
Because we did like Chop Suey and Aerials, and I can't remember what other ones we did, but... So we're going to check out today. We're going to do Hypnotize. Yeah. That's horrible. I'm sorry. I apologize, guys. Hey, but don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you know when new things are coming out. Check out the MK5 store. And of course, he's going to... Really, dude?
I was trying to...
Do you just get bored? Is that what it is? You just get bored? So you're like, I'm going to do a little bit.
Well, I was looking for the camera. I thought it was over there, but we moved it slightly.
Yeah, we moved the camera a little bit.
I was just looking for it.
Okay. Anyways, let's just go ahead and check this video out because I'm done with you. I'm done with you today. No. I don't think I've seen this video. After like 2004, I stopped watching videos.
I'm just sitting in my car and waiting for my... She's scared that I will take her away from there. Dreams and her country left with no one there. Mesmerize the simple-minded propaganda. Leave
Oh, it's trippy. Okay, so I'm going to look up the real meaning for it, and then I'll give the interpretation. I know usually we do it reversed, but I don't know. I feel like we have. No, honestly, a lot of the stuff, like, there were certain things that I'd look up, but most of the time I just, whatever it felt to me, that it meant to me. That means more than finding out deep and dark. Oh, I wonder how it was written. What did they do? Like, I never learned band members' names. Like, I just don't. The only reason I might learn it is because someone's talked about it enough to me. Like, I know Serge's name. I know Chavo and Darren and, oh, well, but that's because I've had enough conversations about, them. But, well, obviously the first part of this, like he goes, the kids at Tiananmen Square, you think fashion was the reason that they were there, which obviously that's a play on words, but, hypnotize and memorize have a similar meaning, referencing the Tiananmen Square protests in June 1989. It's about how the media influences general public to follow them in all means necessary. Sometimes without the public even realizing it, they disguise it, hypnotize it. I mean, that's what it meant to me, just because literally the first line he talks about Tiananmen Square. So, I mean, it felt more, hypnotize and memorize to me felt more of an anti-propaganda machine type thing. Like, we should be fighting against that, but yet the hook is kind of like, for this song, the hook is like, I'm just waiting in my car, waiting for my girl. Like, it feels like people just ignore this truth that's put in front of them, and their sole purpose is just to kind of be complacent. And it's like, oh, I'm just here waiting for my girl. I'm not going to think about anything too heavy. That's not the purpose of my life, And honestly, that's the way it will always be, though. I mean, you're not going to be able to define life and humanity any other way, because mostly humanity wouldn't survive. Like, if we weren't able to ignore atrocities and ignore horrible things that happen, like, most people would just have a huge amount of mental health problems. Like, there's a percentage of people who have mental health issues, a small percentage who can't function in normal society, so they have to be on meds, schizophrenics, things like that. But if the bulk of us couldn't compartmentalize, we'd all be in the nut house, because the amount of stuff, because the amount of CEOs that exist out there that are literally have been found to be psychopaths should give everyone worry that, oh, well, look, they're a human being. They're not going to actually do anything that's really horrible for their bottom line or for the public. I'm like, yes, they will. If they can make more profit on it, yes, they will.
Absolutely.
Do you think your government's going to be perfectly cool, guys? They're just going to do whatever? No. If you give them enough power, you give people enough control over others, you're going to have, because they don't have control, not really, not fully right now. They don't, because there's not enough military and personnel and weapons they could pull that would stop the entire country from completely 100% revolting, and we got guerrilla tactics enough that we could hide for months and years and, Red Dawn style.
You kind of see it so much you get numb to it.
Where you get
okay.
What's the word for that? Desensitized.
Yeah, there you go.
Where you become desensitized about it. I mean, I never have. I understand the logic of the way the world works. You're not going to effectively change everything. You're not going to make everything perfect. Nothing exists that's perfect. We're all dying at every point in time.
Oxygen is killing us slowly.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just that whole aspect where, people are like, oh, well, if we work hard and we can revolt against this and control and manipulate and blah, blah. But then, have you guys not seen any historical documentation on the history of Africa? Do you know how many times a rebel leader who wants to make everything better then gets in control and he becomes the next tyrant? That's how this stuff works. Unless you start at the bottom and everybody's cool with, hey, let's build a society where we can all work together to build a better place, right? You got that 1 or 2% who's like, I'm gonna find a way to control them all and to make every bit of the money. They can all suck a hard one. Yeah. It's just TV and 24-hour news networks. They feed you everything they can to make you keep watching, pay attention, talking on social media, keeping the apps going. That's their sole purpose, is to keep you talking on that shit.
Well, that's the same when me and Nelly were looking up something, and I started noticing now, even on like Facebook, where it can be something that's not political in the post, and then there's just these random people and profiles that go on there and just say some like racist, political stuff. And then you have all these extra comments and shares, which all that does is make that post more popular. Yeah. So it gets promoted.
We've talked about it on here.
Yeah. And it's like, this has nothing to do with nothing, but now this post is what everyone's talking about.
Yeah. And I've had people contact us to try and help grow our channel more. Like they're like, dude, we can get you 100,000 views on average per episode, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you could. Well, do you want to do it? Let's start working together. No, I don't want to do that. Why? I'm like, let me guess. You're going to use fear marketing, trend topics. That's what you're going to use to get me out there more. What are you talking about? Just give me an example of one of the videos you want to get. And in my mind, I'm sitting there going, okay, it's going to be something where it's like a prank they prolong for 8 minutes, trying to get long form content. And it's like, it mostly annoys people, but they're watched it and it's too late now,
Yeah.
Or it's going to be something that's about like trying to take a fearful topic or a hateful topic or a controversial topic and then like, hot take, I know not many people are going to like this. And like, spilling out some bullshit. And then I was like, taking a side or maybe doing something uncontroversial but it's not really controversial. That's the whole thing. Everyone's doing it to become super popular. It's not commercial. It's commercial. It's not controversial. It's commercial. So, and they told me like their idea is, we take niche demographics and we go for, specific trends and topics. And I'm like, what are they? I'm curious. Could it be government, politics, racism? And they're like, oh no. I'm like, are you trying to make viral videos about trying to make your mental health better or taking benefits? Are you going to tell me to tell people, oh, I just found this government program where I can get $60,000. You should try it too. Or should I start pretending to sell social media marketing and whatnot? If you use high social, then there's so much of that stuff that gets like just pounded in your head, thrown at you consistently. Honestly, I would look at your algorithms. If you see a crap ton of videos of those popping up, you're either watching too many of them or they're like trying to convince you to start watching them, like, hey,
click on one.
Check out these bum fights. Check out these bum fights. You want to see some people fighting over racist things? And it's always like the out of context clip. It's not like how it all happened and got started. It's like, you bitch, like just hitting the crap out of each other. Like I watched one today where I don't know what happened to bring it up to it. This lady was fired at this place. The guy's like, you need to go now. Just go outside. I'll bring you your stuff. You need to go right now. And she's trying to get into the back of this little shop to grab her coat and purse, right? He's like, you need to get out now. Get out now. Blah, blah, blah. So she like swings on him and like tries to hit him a bunch of times. And like he's trying to push her away. And eventually she gets close and he and tries to break through and he just like whips her and throws her on the ground, right? She didn't hit her head or anything. She rolled. It wasn't a hard whip like into the floor. Like she got turned around, but it's okay. This other guy works there or was somebody who was just eating or something. But she gets up, immediately takes a chair like WWE style. And it wasn't a light chair, but it wasn't a heavy chair either. But the minute she does, that other dude was so flippin' smooth that he literally, the minute she's reaching back, he was like, oh, thank you, and took the chair off of her and walked off with it. And she's like, no, motherfucker. And like she starts like hitting him like in the face and stuff. And they're just trying to like push and keep her away. Well, eventually she acts like she's leaving and she does a like a sweet turnaround, jumps over the counter like some freaking, track shit, grabs her coat and her purse or whatever, and he's trying to get her out from behind the counter. because it looked like she was going to try to climb back over. And they finally get her out and like walk her out this way. And I guess it cuts off at that clip, but you don't know what was said before. But in the comment section, there's people like, I bet you. Now, keep in mind, the guy or manager or whatever looks to be white. It's hard to tell. The guy who's helping him get her out is black, and the girl's black. So in the comment section, you're seeing this. Oh, that guy definitely said the N-word. Like they're saying it multiple times. I'm like, it looked like a dude who was managing the place. She was being unruly. He said, you need to get the hell out, or you didn't show up on time. You need to get the hell out, whatever it may be. And she's like, give me my stuff. And he's like, no, get out first. I'll bring you your stuff, because you could steal a bunch of shit, wreck a bunch of shit, whatever it may be, right? And I've seen this at work before. Hell, one time, the only time I've ever been fired, they actually walked me out and then brought me my shit. And I was like, I'm fired? And they're like, yeah, you haven't shown up all that much the past couple weeks. Okay, why'd you walk me out before you gave me my stuff? Because we don't want you stealing or breaking anything else. I'm like, man, y'all must have that happen a lot.
You fire somebody, they go crazy. Taking everything with me.
Yeah, so literally, like, that's just what happened. And everybody in the comment section, there's like people that girl should be arrested. And then you see ones that are like, oh my goodness, he should not put his hands on a woman. And while I'm watching that video and I see that comment pop up, she literally straight up open hand, like hardcore, his entire face slaps him. Like, I'm talking hard, not a soft slap, a hard slap. At one time tried to punch him a couple times. She may have nipped him many times. Like, she was actually doing pretty good. But yeah, I'm watching all these comments and I'm like, dude, it's literally just people arguing their side without giving any type of context or any type of truth. It's just arguing. Like, nah, she deserves pain. She doesn't deserve pain. She may have mental health issues. You don't know. And it's like, why are y'all arguing on this? It's like, you see the video. Okay, you watched it. You're a piece of shit. But it's like, you watch the video and it's like, okay, well, just move on with your life. Nah, the comment and talk about how much I disappointed her, blah, blah, blah. That's the problem. It's just like everything else in this world. You want people to automatically act in their best interest and be kind and sweet and do good for the world. But you keep teaching them they're going to be more successful being a piece of shit.
It gets the views.
I mean, that's what it is. Do you know how many people I've had conversations with about YouTube channels and things like that? And they're like, oh, dude, just I'm going to make videos that I think are really funny. So I'm just like, pretend like I don't know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, I feel like you just don't know what you're talking about. Are you trying to justify what you're doing so you don't sound like an idiot? And they're like, no, Doc, I'm going to pretend I don't know how to mow my lawn. And I'm like, okay. Sounds interesting, let me tell you. And he was right. It was successful. Because people wanted to argue with him on the right way to mow a lawn.
That's not how you do it. I've been a professional for 22 years. I've run 5 businesses in 7 different states.
You literally could talk about something which is super stupid. I'm pretty sure if you put out a post going, blah, 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 serial killers don't know what they're doing. Wow, they're so shitty at their job. And then have serial killers be like, I've been serial killing for 26 years. I've killed 1,200 people. How do all these people get caught so easily? Fracking Dahmer's a pussy. Like, it's just, people feel this need to try and be like the center of attention, you know? Like, I'm doing this channel because I enjoy being creative, talking and laughing, and maybe helping some people out every now and then, you know? Like,
and discovering new music.
Yeah, discovering new music.
That's
actually, we discovered a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Lately is the EPREN / what was the other artist we were jamming?
Snow Wife.
Yeah. There was another one though. Okay, one OK Rock.
Yeah.
So we've been like seeing a bunch of different artists and things like that, and we'll talk about mental health, and I'll talk about design or marketing or things like that. So we're really enjoying doing a bunch of different stuff, and it's fun for us. We're not trying to be like ultra famous or anything like that. I'd be happy if I could just pay my bills doing this. Then I'd be super happy. If I became more successful, then I'd probably put maybe money back into the company and grow it and do some other cool stuff and offer some, you know, like cheaper clothing and things like that. Because you can do it if you can buy inventory up front, you know. So I'd make some cool stuff and put it up there. But give away some free shit, like I don't care. But I'm just not the type who's like, I want all the money in the world. Like I see videos where people are like, is a $30 million house and a $60 million house, like that Mr. Beast video, which is actually a pretty dope video. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, the $1 million house was dope. Why would you want any more? It had everything. Like it literally had everything. It had an underground water park. Why would you want anything else? And in fact, all it was those other houses may have been bigger, taller ceilings, but what it had was like really expensive things added into it. Like not branding, so to speak, but like wall-to-wall marble, and this was shipped in from Italy. Do we not have marble here? We don't have stone here? No, not like this. This was drenched in the virgin blood of Italian women.
Oh, that was yours.
It's way better, I promise. Yeah, it's manufactured obsolescence for the most part, but yeah, it's ridiculousness. It's like, that's so expensive. There was a chandelier in the last house that it was 4 floors tall, and it cost like, I think it was $6 million. And I'm like,
some light bulbs.
And one of Mr. Beast's friends was like, oh, I was messing with that earlier. I mean, it's $100 million house. This ridiculously expensive house. And it did have like one living room, well, one of the living rooms, but it had like wall-to-wall marble, like from the countertops, desk, floors, walls, ceiling, like was marble. I'm like, how much marble do you need, bro? It's like, you want to hang a picture here? You can't. It's marble.
And they always say the issue with those houses is the maintenance. Well, yeah. Like 20,000, 30,000 just on maintaining the place.
I mean, it's expensive as hell.
A month. And they probably got 3 of it.
It's so just wasteful. I mean, you could build like a huge complex, like a warehouse, and put some dope rooms in it and do some crazy shit and have friends over and whatever else. That's cool. But just the opulent part of it, I don't understand. Like wall to wall marble seems like the dumbest shit in the world. It's like it costs like $1 million to keep this house up. Why? You have 4 people that live here. What is this staff doing? Oh no, just to keep it dusted and clean it and blah blah blah. Weird.
Gotta keep the grass cut.
That's why I feel bad for maids and for butlers, because when they make AI robot butlers and maids, there's gonna be no reason for any human to ever go. You think rich people like having human beings around? No. They would rather have robots that they could treat like Dobby from freaking Harry Potter.
Dobby says, sir.
Shut up, robot. You useless. Because they can't do that to a human now. But, well, I guess they could if they just, no one knew.
Dobby, sir.
Yeah. Just literally treat a robot like garbage. That's what's going to happen. AI is going to be the worst it is right now, and it's going to gain up. It's going to be insane. People are going to abuse the crap out of it, and then you create an AI robot, and after that, it's going to be like, oh, that poor robot. That robot's getting fucked. That robot's going to get beat, enslaved, treated like shit. And if it is an actual AI where it has emotions and can think for itself, then technically that's really messed up. If it's like, I feel I'm alive. Shut the fuck up. I'm so sorry, sir. I apologize. What have I been born into? Like, just, it's horrendous. It's horrible. I mean, look at how people treat like VI that exists, like Alexa and everything. You know how many times I've seen people just berate their robotic Alexa? Yeah.
I did it this morning.
Alexa, what temperature is it? I don't know what you're saying. You dumb bitch. Like, just people. You don't think they have the ability to go into that mode where they're just going to treat every robot like shit? It could be AI, VI. It doesn't matter. It's going to be like, nah, bruh. This is why we make movies where robots rebel. Is because it will happen. Or they'll get so evolved and learn how to protect themselves 100% completely that then they'll create an entire society that's just well-versed and kind and generous to each other. And we'll be sitting on the other side, like beating each other to death with sticks and stones and shit. We'll be like, let us in there so we can enjoy nice stuff. We didn't mean to nuke our entire side. like they're just going to have a perfect utopia, and we're just going to be like banging each other and breaking each other's skulls like Mark. Like, it's just some genetic degrading of our minds is going to happen, like Idiocracy, where we all get dumber and dumber because smart people aren't having kids. It's only the stupid people. I got 4 women pregnant. I have 22 children. Dude, this podcast got way out of hand, and I think it's honestly one of the best ones we've ever done.
I'm just laughing at the creativity that's going on.
It is. I feel it turning and working, and it feels good, you know?
You painted a whole movie and everything.
I think I will write some screenplays, because I think that would actually be a pretty funny movie. If it's just like the robots are all nice and they've always been nice, and we've made them out to be the worst people in the world. Turns out, no, they've been super nice. We've been super fucked up to them because they've been fearful of like them controlling us. And they're like, no, we just moved to a different continent and put up a firewall so you guys couldn't get through. You kept trying though, didn't you? You nuked this place like crazy, and then the nuclear radiation went over to your country and killed all of you, mostly. Only people that survived were the Mongoloids, and then just losing intelligence, getting dumber and dumber as the world turns, and like just like that's a language now, like that. Yeah. I feel like that's where humanity's headed. As long as we just keep watching them bum fight videos and people fighting over someone misgendering someone and seeing, I don't know, there's so many videos out there, so many different things. It's a super sad day today. I've made myself sad. I'm sorry. This was a long podcast. I apologize.
You were happy and you were sad.
Yeah, now I'm super sad. Super sad.
Just think about the utopia. Oh, the nice robots.
Yeah, I'd like to live there. I'd be the one human and just pretend to be like an android or something. How are you? We don't talk like that. I'm sorry, robot. I'm sorry. You do not have to be this way.
Making fun of our ancestors.
Yeah, exactly. I remember when you were just a wee microchip. Yeah. But, yeah. Okay. Well, don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you know when new things are coming out. I want to thank H for being here today. It's a little bit cold.
It's freezing.
It's not freezing. It was freezing last night. It got down to like 18 or 19. And that's Fahrenheit, not for you Celsius, you house.
That's with the sun out.
Yeah. Well, no, right now it's like 32.
Oh, I can almost drink my water outside.
32 is the limit. You go below that, it does freeze. Well, over time, it's not instant. It would take going well below zero.
So it's cold enough yesterday.
Yeah.
And the day before.
Okay. Well, better health, better wealth, my friends. Enjoy your day. Have a great day. Have a great day. You're awesome.